Welcome to this week's Little Saturday podcast, Hockey Unfiltered with Todd Lewis, back in the swing of it for a brand new NHL season. 2017-18 gets underway tonight. 4 games, the traditional NHL face-off to open things up. We got into the swing with our new season this past weekend, off to a terrific start. So sensational. We're having a lot of fun. We have taken this show into a new direction this year. We're really excited about it, and thank you for coming along with us. At Hockey Unfiltered, at Todd Lewis Sports, the Twitter and Instagram handles. Yes, we are accepting your nominations for the Dog of the Day every Saturday via Instagram as well. Just remember, use the hashtag HUDogoftheDay. And of course, on Sunday, we had our first Fantasy 5 fix, hashtag Fantasy 5, with Stephen Laidlaw, the managing editor of DauberHockey.com. Hopefully, you were with us to get some tips as well on drafting in your fantasy league. I did manage to stay for the entire duration of mine. Wasn't sure I was going to be able to because I was really busy and getting ready to travel, but it worked out. I'm pretty pleased with my team, too. And I didn't strategize this way when I went into it, but I wound up drafting an awful lot of really young talent, really quick, speedy, skilled players, and I am very excited about my team this year. A couple of cagey veterans as well, because I couldn't believe that Joe Thornton had fallen as far as he had, and he's just going to be another assist machine this year. I think it'll help San Jose, and will it get him into the playoffs? They're the question mark. I picked him to get in, I think partly out of sentimental favorite. But yes, they are a playoff prediction team to get in the West. It was either them or the Winnipeg Jets, and I went with San Jose. That was part of the season opening weekend as well, was all of the predictions. I keep track of them. I'll review them when we get to April at the end of the regular season. I did okay last year. I think I had 5 in the East and 6 in the West, which isn't all bad. I'm not sure I know anybody who did any better. So we're looking forward to that. If you missed it, the playoff teams in the East: Tampa, Toronto, Montreal, Washington, Pittsburgh, Columbus, Carolina, Rangers. Out West, it's Anaheim, Edmonton, Calgary, San Jose, Minnesota, Nashville, Chicago, Dallas. The final, I predicted Tampa Bay and Anaheim, with the Ducks coming away the winner. And I also had the lottery teams as well. You can check that out on our Facebook page. The list is up. You can review it, compare yours. We can commiserate and discuss further as the season goes along if you like. A couple of interesting news and notes happenings as we get set for the start of the season. And since our program's concluded on Sunday, we have some signings. Yes, Columbus got Anderson signed, figured they would. They came to an understanding. He's in the fold now for a few years. And Columbus seems to be set to go in big time. They have high expectations this year. It's going to be interesting to see how well they meet or achieve or possibly exceed those expectations. Not going to be the easiest thing to do. Nikolai Ehlers has signed a big deal with the Winnipeg Jets. Jack Eichel has signed an even bigger deal with the Buffalo Sabres. He's in 8 years, 80 mil. Makes sense. And now the watch is going to be on to see how some of the other superstars do on their second contracts, whether it's Patrick Laine of the Winnipeg Jets, whether it's Austin Matthews of the Toronto Maple Leafs. There is going to be some big money handed out to those players over the next little while. One signing that kind of unsettled me a little bit, actually. I understand why he's doing it, but it's a little bit unsettling to me, and I'll tell you why. Bryan Bickell has signed a one-day contract with the Chicago Blackhawks so that he could retire as a member of the Blackhawks. I don't understand this whole process, but I've never played professional sports, so I don't understand the significance of retiring with that one particular team. And in this case, with Bickell, it's the Chicago Blackhawks. We've seen it in all leagues. I don't know. I just think it's kind of silly myself. But Bryan Bickell got such incredible support and help from the Carolina Hurricanes. I don't think they'll necessarily see it this way, but it says to me, you know what, that's not really being fully appreciative of how wonderful and supportive the Carolina Hurricanes organization was when you were diagnosed with MS and going through the difficulties, and they did everything they could to help you get healthy as possible, and managing your disease and getting you back playing hockey, and even letting you play in NHL regular season games before stepping away. I just think it was a little bit left-handed of Bryan Bickell. Now, the other contract, of course, that's getting so much attention, I said he wouldn't get hired, said he wouldn't get a job, but yes, the Calgary Flames have signed Jaromir Jagr. Won't be in the opening night lineup. I can't understand why. But yes, Jagr and the traveling Jagrs are on their way to Calgary to be a member of the Flames. And I guess I can't be completely surprised by this. Jaromir Jagr, maybe he is just the right fit with the Calgary Flames. If you were with us on the weekend and catching our programs, kind of went through the 31 questions for 31 teams. I didn't specify any predictions for each of the teams other than the playoff predictions, but I said there's 31 questions, at least one question per team heading into this season. And my question for Calgary is, are they really as good as they think they are? I don't believe they are. I think they believe their stuff doesn't stink, and I think that's a real problem for Calgary. And if you're signing Jaromir Jagr to be a right winger, then you're not as good as you think you are. You have issues, and yes, he might score a couple of goals, but there's going to be issues and questions with Jaromir Jagr. He is going to take a lot of attention. Now, maybe they think this is a good thing, that everybody's going to focus on Jaromir Jagr, and they're not going to ask the questions about the team and why they might not be succeeding. Don't fool yourself. Those questions are going to get asked. Jaromir Jagr, I don't know where he thinks he's going to play, but he's not playing top 6 minutes on a consistent basis for the Calgary Flames. Not if they expect to be as good as they think they are, which is good enough to challenge in their division and go deep in the playoffs. Figured the only fix they needed was getting Mike Smith to take care of the goaltending issue. I'm not convinced that that's necessarily the solving of all their problems in goal either. Sure, picking up another defenseman doesn't hurt, but in a league that is getting younger and faster and more skilled, they are going the opposite direction. They got slower and lumbering and someone who is going to control the way the team plays, and it's not the way the rest of the NHL is going and playing. He's slow. He can't keep up. Remember in Florida when they made the playoffs? He was exposed badly. I don't think this is a good move for the Calgary Flames when everybody's talking about what a great thing that it is that he is such a workout fiend and he hopes that he can instill a great work ethic in the team. I think that points to another issue. Your team isn't dedicated enough and determined enough, and that's a problem. And if you got to bring in Jaromir Jagr to try to motivate them, I don't know that that's necessarily a good thing. Maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't, maybe they're made for each other. It'll be interesting to watch, and yes, there will be media members who are all agog saying, oh, it's such a wonderful thing that Jaromir Jagr is in the league, and he is such a draw of attention. Sure, he's one of the best players of all time. He'll be in the Hall of Fame if and when he ever decides to retire. I don't think he can play consistently well in a league that is getting younger and faster and speedier, and I think that's going to expose his weaknesses, and I think it's going to say something about the Calgary Flames. We'll see how it goes. Maybe he's not playing every game, but it's a bonus-laden contract, and if the team does well, he does well. I'm really skeptical about this. I don't think it's a good idea. We'll see what happens when he does get in the lineup. He won't be in the lineup tonight as the rivalry match with the Edmonton Oilers is one of the 4 that kick off this NHL season. I'm excited about it because it's a new season. Everybody's starting at 0, so everybody's optimistic about their chances, and we'll be excited to see things get going. We'll be back, of course, on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 11 Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. Listen live at hockeyunfiltered.com, streaming live as well. On Facebook Live, on Periscope, on YouTube Live. We are on all kinds of different platforms. We are also on the Tampa Bay Lightning Power Play Network this season, Saturdays and Sundays. And don't forget, there's still time to get tickets to your favorite opener if you want to go to one of your team openers. Maybe you want to go to Vegas and see the first ever game there. That will be a somewhat somber and muted opening because of the tragic events that took place in Vegas a couple of days ago, but still special to be there. Our partnership this year is with Seat Giant. Log on to SeatGiant.com, or for Canadians that want to buy in Canadian dollars, log into SeatGiant.ca, make your purchase, and at the checkout, use the promo code TODD, T-O-D-D. Get yourself a discount, get savings on the best seats to the best games through Hockey Unfiltered's partnership with Seat Giant. That's seatgiant.com and seatgiant.ca. Looking forward to another great weekend. HU Dog of the Day coming up on Saturday, Fantasy 5 on Sunday. Don't forget the Twitter and Instagram handles at Hockey Unfiltered, at Todd Lewis Sports. Looking forward to opening night, the first weekend of activity. Back with you again on Saturday and Sunday.